In Jackson, Michigan, a man named Anthony Gillia was in a heated feud with his brother, and this feud would eventually turn Anthony into a homicidal maniac. And on a night in November of 2016, Celia, who was under the influence of alcohol at the time, went live on Facebook with his girlfriend in the car and began to act erratically and began to threaten to kill cops and even began to threaten the people watching his live stream. Anthony, who kept showing off his weapon, seemed eager to hurt somebody, so he decided to pay a visit to his brother's house. And after knocking on the door, a woman named Brittany Southwell answered the door, and this is when Anthony forced his way inside and destroyed an entire family.
Look it, I smell bacon. Oh my God, there's bacon. They got somebody. You know what's funny? I could go over there right now and pop a pig in the head. I could go pop a pig in the head. No laws, no nothing for me. I don't give a I got one in the chamber right now.
Baby, stop.
I have no problem.
Baby, stop.
Okay, Ashley, stand up.
Hell, sure.
I almost want to shoot this gun off right now. Almost.
Baby, stop.
But almost isn't enough, right? Crazy. Guaranteed crazy. Let's see this right here. Watch this. I got to get him.
Anthony, stop! Anthony, stop it now! Stop! Stop!
Hey!
Get down! Oh my God! Hey, yo!
After forcing his way inside, Gillia shot Brittany Southwell multiple times, taking her life while she held her infant child. Reportedly, Gillia meant to shoot his brother's girlfriend named Amber to spite his brother, but instead shot Brittany, who was Amber's sister, before recording himself laughing about it and telling his viewers he would see them in prison.
What's up? What's up? Sitting the Aryan Brotherhood in prison.
It didn't take long before Celia was arrested and charged with the murder, and eventually was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole.
Or first-degree felony murder, guilty. With respect to count number 2, first-degree home invasion, guilty. And count number 3, felony firearm, guilty.
17-year-old Raymond Charles III was an aspiring rapper. Child's music videos consisted of a group of teenagers flashing weapons and his lyrics about murdering and committing other violent acts against people that he felt disrespected him.
Watch how we empty this and your partner got 2 to their head. Now you flying with Jesus, y'all chucking the pieces cause she shouldn't have said what he said. Nah, don't f*** a preacher's not even a teacher, but I'm still gonna let off this lead.
Unfortunately for his family members, his lyrics about killing people weren't solely for entertainment. In early January, Charles was at his girlfriend's house when he was told by his father to come home, but Charles decided to go home hours later. And when he arrived home, he was scolded by his father and told that he would be punished. And he didn't take this scolding very well and decided to take his anger out on everyone in the house at the time. Charles took out an AK-47 style rifle and first shot his father, whose last words to him were, "I'm sorry, I love you." He then shot his mother, brother, sister, and his brother's girlfriend before going to hide at a family member's house. And a day after massacring his whole family, he was arrested and charged with 5 counts of murder and is currently awaiting trial. Peter Martinez was a 28-year-old man that lost his life in one of the worst ways imaginable. While walking in Brooklyn, New York, Martinez, who was a suspected gang member, was kidnapped and brought out to sea. His arms were then tied behind his back before he was wrapped tightly with black plastic bags, and his feet were placed in a pair of cement shoes. He was then thrown in the dark, deep, frigid water and left to slowly submerge. Months after his disappearance, a college student discovered his body after it washed up near a dock. Police were able to identify Martinez by a tattoo on his back and believed this was a case of gang retaliation, and to this day the perpetrators of this heinous crime are still unknown. In California, 2018, a woman named Katrin Rowland had just left the beauty salon as she was preparing to go to a wedding the next day. And while walking back to her car that was parked in an alleyway, a car stopped in front of her while two men jumped out of a car behind her and started to chase her. The two men quickly caught her, and after a brief struggle ensued, they forced her into the car in front and drove off. And after being a no-show to the wedding the following day, her friends and family couldn't reach her and began to worry and contacted police, who offered $10,000 to anyone who knew about her whereabouts. But unfortunately, to this day, Katrin's whereabouts are still unknown and the kidnappers still haven't been caught. A woman named Simra Asal's husband, greed and desire for money ended up costing her and her unborn child their lives. In June 2018, her husband named Akan Hasal took out a $40,000 life insurance on his pregnant wife and wanted to claim it as soon as possible. So he decided to lure his wife to the edge of a cliff 1,000 feet in the air in Turkey and pushed her off to make it seem like an accidental death and claim the money. Akan even took pictures with his wife before pushing her off an 1,000-foot cliff. Luckily, two witnesses claimed they saw Akan acting strange and started recording him leading his wife to the edge of the cliff before they claimed he pushed her. It wasn't hard for police to put the pieces together, as he had took out the life insurance only a month prior, and eventually Akan was arrested and charged with the murder and is currently awaiting trial.